Then you eventually returned back to Ireland.
Yeah. Then I knew one of the sisters in Kenya, actually Anna Cray, who died 2 years ago. She said to me, "What do you hope to do when you go back to Ireland, Kay?" And I said, "I'm hoping to do something with the new communities, with the refugees, asylum seekers, you know." I said, "I have had such a great experience of every country I've been in, of hospitality, of, you know, I'd like to, you know, extend that to people coming to us." And she said to me, "Oh," she said, "they'll be delighted to give you that job because they're looking for somebody, personnel that we're committed to some finance and personnel." She said, "If you were the personnel, sure, it'd be great." So
did you get it?
I did.
So how did you go?
So I put my proposal to the community, the assembly, in this one summer. And I was looking for a little bit more because I was going to do, you know, I had a vision of it being a Brigidine thing. But they got frightened I was looking for 250,000. And I was going to get a place in the Tala area. So that was regarded as huge at the time, you know. But one sister, she's dead since, she wrote to me 4 pages of a letter, and she said, "I think your proposal," I mentioned networking with other agencies in the area and that. And she said, "I loved your proposal. I think my advice would be for you to go down the networking route and come back again with it." And I remodeled it and came back again. And I got, that stage I was looking for 30,000. And eventually I ended up getting that. So that was the start of it. And then I was with Lara Gallagher and Alice Binchy, and they were trying to get it off the ground, but they hadn't got it. And I just said then to them, "Look, this was in 2002. And I thought, oh, they're talking about this at every meeting and there's no movement on it. I'm going to say at the next meeting, look, I'll take that." And so Alice Binchy was very happy for me to go with it. I said, "I'm not interested in office work. I am interested in pastoral and out there with the people." And at that stage, Peter, there were 5 hostels in Tala. So they told me about these 5 hostels. So I said, "That's what I'm interested in."
So you started with a result?
In 2003, October 2003.
That was the launch?
That was the launch of it, yes, 2003.
So what was really going on at the DropIn? What was the main
Well,
focus?
The idea of the DropIn was to create a space for the new communities who had come to live in the Tala area so that they could find a place where they could express themselves, talk about their needs and help. It was about integration and it was about meeting the needs of people and a welcoming place. So it was called DropIn Hospitality Centre. So the cup of tea was always there, and around that you know. I guess we had a lot of talk about diversity, sharing of cultures. We were very interested, Irish people, were interested in getting to know the new people that had come in. And I felt we would be enriched by the other cultures that had come. See, Ireland was, when I left Ireland in 1985 to go to Mexico, 1984, it was a monoculture. You know, with the odd black person in Trinity College doing medicine or something like that, or doing law. But apart from that, there wasn't any other culture. We were going out to other cultures. Irish people were going all over the place. They went to the UK, they went to America, they went to Australia, they went to, different places. We were used to going out. We weren't used to receiving people. No. So I was interested in the reverse.
And the drop-in center was something that was really, really needed at that point.
Absolutely.
Because Ireland was now receiving people.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah. And it was something that, Tala, had opened its doors to people, and there was something going on with the Vincentians in Phibsborough as well, and also in the Spiritans in Spirassi. Apart from that, as Reverend William said the other night when we were on the walk, he said it was very innovative in 2003. It was something that was needed. I mean, it was needed to these were people who had arrived.
How did you deal with people coming in with different languages?
Well, we allowed people who were there as well to get into dialogue with the others, and maybe people were coming. They had French, maybe they had a little bit of.
But you had English courses.
I know the language was very important, and we organised language classes, and we encouraged volunteers to come in and to teach language. And also we had somebody who taught computer, and who helped people get their driving lessons and that sort of thing. And, and we had cultural days, activity, cultural diversity, which was about food. It was about food and dance and, exploring the cultures. We also had the travellers. The travellers were part of it, and we did art projects together. We did sewing projects together. There was a lot of toing and froing. And then whatever the committee decided, we formed a committee anyhow. That was a start. It had nothing to do with the resource centre, but it was for the drop-in. And then that committee began to say what they thought should be done. Then we had the voting, the Irish-born children. The government was responding in some way and giving, acknowledging, because in our constitution we cherish all the children of the nation. Well, if children are born here, they're of our nation. And we cherish all those children. We have to cherish their parents as well. So they brought in, something, and then that was something that we encouraged and helped people to fill in forms and that. And we had the services of volunteers, and some of them were Nigerian volunteers, like yourself was there, part of it. Peter, there were two Peters, there was another Peter and another Paul as well. And then Andy was there, and he was a lawyer, and he did huge work for us in that period. I remember saying to him, you were the one who sent him. And he came to me and told me he hadn't got a job, he needed to work and all. And I said, well, we're not going to be able to offer you a job, but if you volunteer here for a day, we'll say, I will be able to write you a good reference if, I see that you have done a good job here. And he was excellent. Andy was excellent.
What was he doing?
He was helping people to fill in all those forms for the Irish-born children, because that was a difficult thing. He knew Nigerian law, he also knew Irish law, and he also knew he knew the language.
He had a legal background.
He had a legal background, you see. So he did that, and from there he got a job in the Council of Immigrant Council of Ireland, and I remember them saying to me that he was a gift. Unfortunately, he wasn't there too long, about a year and a half maybe, when he got ill himself. But they kept the job for him